What calamities has the Shwedagon Pagoda in Yangon endured? Anyone who has visited Myanmar would not miss the Shwedagon Pagoda in Yangon. This renowned temple is a pride of Myanmar and one of the most distinctive structures in Southeast Asia. According to legend, the Shwedagon Pagoda was built by two merchant brothers who were overjoyed when they obtained 8 strands of the Buddha's hair. They decided to construct a temple in Myanmar to enshrine these sacred relics. Upon hearing the news, the king of Myanmar actively supported them. The brothers eventually found a sacred hill in Yangon, which they deemed the best location for the temple. They carefully took out the hair, and at that moment, a miraculous scene occurred. The hair emitted a dazzling light, illuminating everything clearly. Blind people who saw the light regained their sight, deaf people could hear, mute people could speak. Even Mount Meru in the heavens was affected, with heavenly treasures falling like rain, and the snow-covered regions of the Himalayas blossoming with vibrant flowers. The whole of Myanmar was astonished, and everyone devotedly helped to complete the temple. Since then, the Shwedagon Pagoda has become a revered holy site. To this day, it remains an internationally recognized Buddhist temple. However, few people know that the Shwedagon Pagoda, as a shrine for the Buddha's relics, has suffered numerous misfortunes. Could it be that the temple, like a practitioner, must endure hardships to achieve its ultimate sanctity? For a long period after its construction, the Shwedagon Pagoda fell into disrepair. In the 14th and 15th centuries, several Myanmar kings undertook its reconstruction, raising the height of the stupa to 98 meters. Tragically, an earthquake in 1768 in Yangon destroyed the golden stupa. A century later, King Mindon of Myanmar donated a new stupa. In addition to natural disasters, the temple has also suffered from invasions by plunderers. In 1608, Portuguese adventurer Felipe de Brito e Nicote came to the Shwedagon Pagoda to loot it, taking away a 300-ton bell donated by King Damazedi. Brito, not appreciating the bell's value, intended to melt it down to make cannons. However, the Buddha did not allow this. The bell fell into the Pagoda River during Brito's crossing and was lost forever. 2 centuries later, the British occupied the Shwedagon Pagoda, using it as a fortress and headquarters. The British caused significant damage to the temple, with one officer even digging a large underground chamber beneath an intact stupa to store ammunition. The British also coveted the temple's bells. They took a bell cast in 1779 and attempted to transport it to Calcutta. The Buddha, likely sighing at this sight, once again caused the bell to fall into the river. The British tried various methods but couldn't retrieve the bell and finally had to seek help from the locals. The Myanmar people agreed to help on the condition that the British repair the Shwedagon Pagoda. The British agreed, and the locals successfully retrieved the bell from the riverbed. Finding it too troublesome to transport, the British left the bell, which subsequently received much attention, its surface covered with 20 kilograms of gold, making it look luxurious and radiant. In 1852, during the Second Anglo-Burmese War, the British once again occupied the Shwedagon Pagoda. This time, the temple was occupied for 77 years, until the British withdrew in 1929. In the following 20 years, uprisings swept across Myanmar, eventually leading to the country's independence from British control. It was only then that the Shwedagon Pagoda entered a truly peaceful and happy period.